Hi, it's James the Forager here, and today we're taking a look at this stuff down here. You'll find it absolutely everywhere at the coast. It produces these black seeds on top here. It's called Alexanders, thought to be brought to the UK by Alexander the Great, and it can be found a lot in Alexandria. Apparently, never been there myself, but something we find all over the coast in the UK. It is in the umbellifer family, so it's worth being wary of because we've got things like poison hemlock water dropwort. So let's start a look from an ID point of view. So we'll start with the leaves. The young leaves of this one are serrated, slightly rounded, quite dark and glossy. They produce these long veined shoots here that you can see, and then the off shoots will have a purple veined base, and then they'll produce a plume of flowers where you can see all these seeds. So these would have been quite distinctive for the umbellifers. Most umbellifers will produce a top of white flowers, but this one, Alexander's, produces a plume of yellow to green flowers, which makes it really distinct. The only things you can confuse it with many things like fennel, stuff like that. And then after it's produced its flowers, it'll produce these incredible seeds. Look at them, really dark black in colour. Again, quite unique for the umbellifers. These seeds are part of my favourite from a food point of view. But that's it for the ID point of view. But from a food perspective, we can eat this thing. It tastes really, really good. So we can start with the root. We can dig that up. It's got a tap root about this long, dark in colour, so we can slice that, roast it, boil it. We can use it for loads of different things. And then we've got the young shoots. So the shoots, when they come out, we can chop those and we use them as a substitute for celery. It's really quite fragrant, this one, so we don't need much of it. Or one of the ways I cook with it is I'll parboil it. So I'll boil it in a little bit of water and then take it out of the water. That'll get rid of some of the fragranceness in the liquid, and then use it after that. Leaves are quite nice as well. Again, go fine with them. Put them in things like coleslaw. If you're serving it with fish, it's really nice. But the best part of this for me are these seed tops here. These tops, they are a fantastic ingredient. I class this as our wild UK pepper. So you literally just pull them off. They even look like pepper, like peppercorns. Flavour, yeah, is like pepper. More like a Szechuan pepper, so a slightly spicy pepper, but we just let them dry on the plant like this, grab them off, chop it into a pepper grinder, and then literally just grind it on top of your food as you would pepper. Slightly more bitter, like I say, slightly more spicy than regular pepper, so I use it, yeah, as a substitute for Szechuan pepper in any dish that calls pepper, almost in every dish. The easiest way to use it at home, yeah, is to empty out your pepper grinder, fill it up with this, and there you go, you've got wild ingredients on top of every dish because we pretty much put pepper into everything. Yeah, something we'll find at the coast absolutely everywhere, prolifically around farm borders as well at the coast like this. Alexander's, it's prolific, fantastic edible, and we should go out and pick it for definite. The one main thing to be wary of when picking this one as a lookalike is something called hemlock water dropwort. Loves growing around water, typically around river edges, banks, stuff like that. The reason is that the leaves of this one and that one could look quite similar. I think hemlock water dropwort leaves look more like coriander leaves, like quite large coriander leaves, whereas this one is much darker and much more glossy. Hemlock water dropwort won't produce these black seed heads and doesn't have the yellow flowering umbel, yellow to green flowering umbel that you get on Alexander's. But if you're just looking at leaves, potentially you could confuse them, so it's definitely worth reading up or watching our video on hemlock water dropwort. And that's it for this one. Alexander's, fantastic stuff.